everybody, and welcome back to a brand new vlog with me, Aline. I'm back with some work days in my life, which I haven't done in a while since I've changed barista jobs. Last time I was filming, I was doing a lot of closing shifts and late nights, and now I'm more on a morning grind. So yeah, just finding my flow and a whole new staff, making new friends, getting comfortable in my new place of work. I at first really thought that I might have made a mistake just because change is so uncomfortable. And now that is literally my cat entering the room to yell at me for dinner. I know, I'm coming. I'm coming. She's here. She's here. Anyway, so now that I'm a couple months into my decision, I really think that I've made the right call. It's great. It's nice to trust your gut and wind up a winner. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the environment is a lot healthier. I talk about this in every video, but in case you're new here, hello, my name's Aline. I make videos on the internet, but I'm also a barista and a writer, and I have this challenge. It's not a challenge, it's just called a deadline, isn't it? I have a deadline where I'm trying to finish the first draft of my first book by my 26th birthday in October. She's a Libra. Basically whittles down to me trying to write 10,000 words a month. Because this vlog was filmed during the last few days of August, I'm of course trying to reach that goal within this vlog, so you get to see me whittle away at that. I've been working on it for the last few years, and it's been kind of overwhelming, but I really feel like I'm getting somewhere now. Birdie's down here. Hello, say hi. Oh, she's so grumpy because she wants food. She gets very rowdy around this time, so I'm gonna go feed her, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Good morning. It is very early. It is 5:59 a.m. I have a series of morning shifts this week, which is different than the last time we spoke. I was doing the closing grind. I'm trying to pack myself a little bit of breakfast, lunch in the form of granola with peanut butter. Today is the last day of August, so I have a huge deadline to finish in regards to my book. So after work, I get off at 1. I gotta go and hunker down someplace and get some writing done. So excited and nervous about that. I've been having some trouble focusing the last few days, but I hope it's gonna go well. And I'm just off to labor. So let's get this work week vlog started. So this is where I tried to film an update to no avail because my audio came out trash because I had my AirPods in. Here I'm literally talking about how my white shorts look like they were tie-dyed or dip-dyed because I was pouring cold brew that morning and they got all over me, which is a look. And then I moved on to other stuff like how I had been feeling like the least talented girl in the world. It's a reference to Celebrity Memoir Book Club where they have this phrase talking about how sometimes you feel so insecure one day, like on one singular day, and they call it the ugliest girl in the world attack. And I was having one, but like a talent version. I just felt like the most mediocre girly in the whole city, and that was something that had been weighing me down for the last few days. But on this particular day, the weather was really wonderful. Like, I think it was a very, very low 70, if not like 68 degree day, and fall weather really invigorates me. Like, I'm sure it does that to a lot of you out there as well. and the refreshing breeze like put a pep in my step. And I was talking about here how the weather was kind of making me feel a little bit more alive, a little bit more back on track. Then I moved on to talk about how I had more than 2,000 words to write before I hit 70,000 words, which was my writing goal for August. And so my plan was to go find somewhere to write. But before I went ahead and did that, I needed to stretch my legs. So I was planning on giving the neighborhood a little stroll. I had to go pick up a new face wash, so I was going to go to Lush. And then I had to pick up some little makeup essentials from CVS. So I invited y'all to come along with me. So let's go.
Whatever is in her power to get that we need and want, which is just so odd. I mean, Chloe brought it up all the time. She looked nothing like the rest. She was tall, had a different shape, light hair, curly hair. Didn't look any. He actually refused to participate. And Kris Jenner also vigorously denied Robert's kid and gave a pretty carefully worded statement saying, "I gave birth. I know it's inappropriate conversation because it's her been for surgery." Yeah.
Okay, let's try this again. I tried doing this technique yesterday, which worked in our last vlog and the vlog before, but I forgot to take my AirPods out, and so my audio yesterday when I filmed this was completely fucked. It was so weird. I don't know how I fixed it in post, but either way, you're aware of the issue. I'm bummed because I thought it was gonna be a really cute clip, and instead we got like a bit of a mess. Anyway, to update y'all, I just got done with work about an hour and a half ago. I opened Clearly, so another early rise. Now I'm just grateful to honestly have the rest of the day. I got off at 1 and I wrote for like an hour because I am a little bit short on my writing goal from yesterday. Writing yesterday went really, really well. I wrote like 1,800 words, but I did have some ground left to cover, so I wrote about 550 words in the hour after I got done with work. It's nice to be able to like hunker down someplace where you don't have to pay for coffee and the Wi-Fi's free, so that felt like a big win. I've got about 400 words left in my writing goal. That'll be for tonight. I know that it leaves me starting off a little behind technically in the month of September, but what is one day? I have a healthy enough perception on what matters in this thing called reality, so to me a day doesn't make a difference. If I finish 70,000 on September 1st, that is good enough for me. There's still plenty of time for me to hit 80,000 by the end of the month, so that's huge. I also feel like my brain is like back in the game. I'm finally able to plot out things a lot more, and I feel like I have a lot more of a clear feeling of where I'm going. And some of the scenes that I'm writing have been really dialogue, fun, heavy scenes between characters that I'm really interested in. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Now I have to go to the grocery store. I have some grocery shopping to do. And yeah, we're just out of a lot of things in the house. So I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's on 72nd, which is my least favorite Trader Joe's in like the whole city. The one on 95th is so much better, which was closer to my old coffee shop, so I'm a bit bummed, but definitely this area of the Upper West Side is so much cuter, so that feels like a win in its own way, because it's cool to be around such like beautiful older buildings. Some of the stuff up on like in the 90s of the Upper West Side, I like to call it like suburbia. It's just like a lot of like new apartment buildings, and it's a little bit more stale and vibe. That is just my hot take personally. They're definitely like stunning pockets. That area of Central Park and Riverside is just so beautiful. Personally, I would take the 110s over the 90s like any day. So yeah, anyway, that's me done. Let's go grocery shop. So I'm back at the house now, obviously. See my home, but I had a great Trader Joe's run, and by great I mean it was so stressful, just like I predicted. Truly, the downtown Upper West Side Trader Joe's is like a nightmare. Like actively it gives me an ulcer the moment I walk through the door, and literally even today, the elevator on the way up is out of order, and I was like, this is a nightmare. Not only is it like such a hellish layout, but like the escalator from the 2nd to 3rd floor on the way up was out of order, so you just had to take the stairs, which is like, I live, you know, of a 6th floor walk up. I simply do not need an extra set of stairs in my life. I ended up getting a few of my things, and then I did that method where I just got in line and shopped while I was in line, because the line was so long it was impossible to shop at all in produce without being completely in the way. So I used that method. I want to give myself a personal shout out, a pat on the back if you will, because one thing that I'm so proud of myself in my experience and development as a person, especially somebody like a full-on adult who has worked in customer service for like, I don't even want to think about it, like almost like 9-10 years, is that I have become so comfortable with talking to strangers in a commanding way. And today I saw this, she was probably like in her 60s, this woman who was talking to the person who stands holding the checkout this way sign at the end of the checkout line. And this woman who was holding the sign, this other woman, not the customer, was, I kid you not, a little old lady, like a tiny, probably like 5'2" old woman, white hair and beautiful beaded earrings. And this woman, this customer, was getting mad at this lady for telling her that the line split off into 2 parts. Because the store is so small, you have to like have 2 lines that run parallel to each other so that the line isn't as long, but it makes up for it in density because there's that many people. It's not rocket science. I literally had to tell a man that while I was in line as well, right before he started bad-mouthing the Barbie movie, which says something about him. Anyway, to go back to my earlier point, anyway, the customer was telling this lady, like telling her that she needed to do a better job and that this was ridiculous. This little old lady, she was also like, clearly English was her secondary language. Not to like infantilize her, she was doing a killer job, but definitely was getting a little bit flustered over her words, while this other lady, a white woman, like berated her. It was just the kind of thing that was so gross. I literally like stepped in and I told this woman, I was like, she's doing the best that she can, everybody is, like just calm down. She didn't like that. She looked at me and she goes, oh please. And I was just like, no, come on, it's a small store, what do you want them to do? And she was like, I'm just frustrated. And I said to her, I was so proud of myself, and I said, we're all frustrated, you just have to learn how to emotionally manage yourself. And she shut the hell up. And this young guy who was like right in front of me also turns to this woman and goes, yeah, what the fuck, that's a little old lady. And it was so satisfying. It makes me so happy when like a moment happens like that out in the wild. I see other like just regular customers and like human beings be like nipping that behavior in the bud. Because I just remember, like, obviously we've all heard of the Karen meme, but I find that shit so sad and so frustrating to like be aware of. To see it like out and about, it's just so grotesque to like watch somebody who's clearly like frustrated. I'm sorry, we're not we're not in the fucking like 90s anymore. Like, you do not get to take your frustration out on service people. Like, the people who are making like probably like 1/3 of what you make in your life, like especially like on the Upper West Side, like this is an affluent area. And so for these customers sometimes to be out here acting like they're marginalized and oppressed by what, the staff of Trader Joe's, it's simply not connecting, and it just drives me crazy. So it made me happy to do a little good deed and to also like see somebody back me up. You know, it felt really good to have that from affirmation. So hopefully that woman thinks twice before it happens again. It was a big haul today. I spent like $100. It was awful, especially since it's the 1st of September, which means that rent is due. So my bank account said big sad Mac energy. That is a reference to a Sex and the City episode.
There was a mean little man who popped up, and he had X's where his eyes should be, and his tongue was hanging out the side of his mouth.
He didn't have a tongue.
He had a tongue.
That's a sad Mac. You sad Mac. You should have told me that before.
Oh my God, why?
It had to be done. We had like no food. We had like no bread, no sandwich fixings. I had so little food that I wasn't able to even like scrounge up like a breakfast or a lunch to take to work anymore. The other day when I said I had just granola and peanut butter and yogurt, that's just sad. Like, it was sad that I didn't have like a little banana to put on it, you know? And I got some frozen goods, like a lasagna. I thought about doing a haul, but sometimes my hauls are really boring. It's just like, this is my 1-unit onion. This is my 3-count potato. This is my pepper. I don't know if people are interested in that. I can do it next time. Sometimes people say that they only go to Trader Joe's for snacks. Who are those people? And this is just me rambling now. Like, I don't know about you. New Yorkers, please sound off in the comments. I find Trader Joe's like one of the most affordable places to shop in the city. Come from, like, yesterday I spent like $13 on olive oil. Went to Trader Joe's, there was a bigger bottle there for like $8. And I love it there. And I'm confused on the reputation that it's only a snack joint, because that's where I get like 98% of all my cooking stuff, like my produce, because you can get like a zucchini for 89 cents. I don't know. The whole Trader Joe's is just for snacks reputation is boggling, because I'm like, what are you guys eating? Everything but the bagel popcorn? Like, I'm so sorry if you enjoy the snack food at Trader Joe's. I'm not trying to roast you, because I also love their snacks. You could see me eating those mini gummy bears and the saddle chips like nobody's business. All that to say, my main drive for going there is not the snacks, it's for the cheap food. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, what do we have going on this afternoon? I have a couple of boring things to do. I have to clean up my room a little bit. I have tons of laundry that I picked up yesterday after I got my $13 olive oil. I have to put away all those clothes. And then I'm gonna make a mini pizza. And by mini pizza, it's actually gonna be a full-size pizza. No, not a mini pizza at all, but I did buy supplies to make pizza. So I'm gonna make myself a little pizza moment, because Michelle's not gonna be in the house tonight. If you can't tell, Michelle's actually sitting directly behind me. She asked me not to show her. So if you've heard her laughing at any point throughout this conversation, it's because she is in fact like behind my head. Michelle's not gonna be in the house tonight, so I've got the place to myself. I'm gonna do a little bit of writing because I have 400 words left until I hit 70,000 words. 70,000! That is so much of a book. This is so much of a book. That is so much of a book. I think I mentioned this at the top of the show. Top of the show? I mentioned it. It is in a way. I think I mentioned this at the top of the vlog, but I very randomly started watching Gossip Girl. And I plucked myself right in the middle of season 1 because I have seen the first like 4 episodes of Gossip Girl so many times, because I have tried to rewatch the series multiple times in my life and can never muster the energy, because quite frankly it just becomes too insufferable. And the Chuck Bass apology, the Kool-Aid that I drank, you know, as a 14-year-old, gets a little bit problematic really fast. So, just kidding, that's like episode 1, really, of the whole show. But, it's like literally he like tries to sexually assault somebody in the first like 30 minutes of the whole program. And then we're all okay with it, and his redemption arc is like, his redemption arc. He trades his girlfriend for a hotel. But, I will say, I've been rewatching it, and right now it's like the Christmas fall episodes. Rufus Humphrey was just outside Lily Vanderwoodsen's hotel. What's that hotel called? Michelle? No, what's the one, the main hotel we literally went and saw its Christmas tree? I want to call it like the Prince, but I know it's not that.
I was like gonna say that too.
What's it called? Whatever.
Oh, like the something.
Yeah, well. Anyway, so Rufus Humphrey was outside Lily Vanderwoodsen's
Hotel Empire. The Empire Hotel.
No, that's the one that Chuck buys. That's the one that he trades Blair for.
Lily live?
The Vanderwoodsens live in a hotel for season 1, and they live in that one with the Christmas
Palace.
tree. The palace. See, I said the Prince. That's very close. So Rufus Humphrey is right outside Lily Vanderwoodsen's hotel after his wife gets back together with her lover. And he says, I walked all the way to Brooklyn to your place, which is crazy. How do you do that? In the snow, apparently. And he's in his little, like, Henley. He's in his little waffle textured Henley. And he goes, I miss you. And I've been missing you. I get to pick up there tonight, which I'm really excited about. I've been talking forever, so I'm gonna go.
I can see that, but if I told you how to Rufus.
I apologize.
Can you please describe how you...
It's in a Chanel bag.
Dead man walking. We hear St. Jude's has...
I barely got back into Constance. If I got expelled, I don't think any school in town would take me.
False move, and you know what? I can't do anything to help you.
I know.
Can you not start with me?
Can you not be so easy to start with? Why are you taking his advice? He's or anything else?
No. Actually, Jen, that's...
Well, I'm sorry if unlike some people I haven't been...
What's wrong? Was it something I cooked?
I don't even want to look. My beautiful pizza. I dropped it. I managed to save its integrity, I think. I think it'll still be edible, but it won't be pretty. This is what happens when I vlog when I'm cooking. Alright, I'm just gonna put it in the oven and hope for the best, honestly. Wow, I look so blue. Damn, the sun is going down, so that's why I look so blue. The thing is that it turned out okay. I don't know how. I could hear my mom's voice in my head when it happened, when my pizza fell into the crack of my oven, like the fold of where the door comes out. My pizza fell literally here. I could feel my mom's words like echoing through my head. My mom always said this when I was baking growing up, and I would have crises because I had so many crises, and I'd always get myself in more trouble or make it worse or aggravate the situation because I never knew how to slow down. I would just get so panicked at what I had just done. I would just like like start doing stuff and touching stuff. My mom would always say like, slow down and think through. What a little fun moral message for this fable. So I was staring at it, and luckily, like, I tend to just bake with a lot of parchment paper, and it had like folded in on itself with the flaps of the parchment paper, and I just figured that if I was able to like quickly pick it up really fast just by the parchment paper, I could keep everything together, and at least if it was like messy, at least it would all be together. I was more terrified, honestly, of the ingredients not being usable anymore and hitting the floor or smearing up against the oven of some kind or falling back into the bottom of the oven. That would be a nightmare. And you know, I spent a lot of money today on groceries. I was not feeling wasting food today. So the pizza does not look as beautiful as supposed to, but it is fully edible, and it actually looks pretty tasty. Like, it's got character. Like, it's not giving the traditional margarita vibes at all like I was hoping. Everything was really smushed together, but it looks delicious, so I can't wait to dig in.
Are you cold? Pretty cold here.
everybody. I've stayed up a little bit later than I meant to. It is currently about to hit 10 o'clock. I'm 4 minutes away from it being 10. I'm about to run to sleep, like literally take a melatonin and run to sleep because I have another opening shift tomorrow. But I just wanted to take a little moment to celebrate because I just hit 70,000 words, which is so incredibly exciting. I've been working towards 70,000 words for the last month, of course, and it hasn't always been easy, and I've had a lot of challenges, and especially in the last couple weeks, revisiting my outline for this draft and trying to make sure that I'm feeling like it's going forward and moving somewhere that I like. Yeah, I can't believe that I'm almost like 20-30,000 words to the end, which just feels so crazy. That just feels so exciting. So I'm just really happy and proud. I have just been working really hard. I don't know, I've been so consistent these last few months with this, and I definitely feel like I'm in a groove that I've never really been in, even with this project. Like, I don't think that I've ever worked this steadily for this long on the book. I feel like I've always taken like little breaks because life's just gotten so hectic and it's hard effort to sustain, but I'm really proud of myself. So I just wanted to have a little moment to celebrate my victory before I head to bed. Yay! I'm so happy. What a way to finish off this work day. So that's it. I hope you guys like this one. I had a blast and a half filming it. The next vlog is going to be a little office renovation. I'm trying to make my office space somewhere that I want to be a little bit more. So if you don't want to miss that, please click that subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram too, same handle and everything, because I post like additional content there. Especially TikTok, I'm doing a lot of like follow me along stuff while I try to work through this deadline. So if you want more writing stuff, that's definitely the place to get it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, goodbye.